What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another adventure with the Bearded Bobber. And today's adventure has brought us to a winery in Temecula once again. And I'm not actually with Indian Motorcycle this time. We're with Cardo. And we are trying out we're doing a press ride and everything. I'm like, yeah. We're doing press ride talking about the new Packtalk Pro. Comes in all matte. It's got new features of like crash, all that stuff. But we're not talking about that right now. We're going to talk about that when we're on the bike. So we're talking about right now this sweet little place. And yeah. Oh, do we got a balcony? We're up on the second floor here. Oh, it slides. I think it slides. Ooh, there we go. It is actually like nice temperature outside in Temecula right now. I rode down to Temecula on the Challenger, which is parked that way. We actually stayed, okay, if you guys remember, I did a pursuit ride with Indian. There's a winery like right over there across the street where we stayed at. And then Moto Dofo's down that way. Ooh, I hit the table. It looks like we got little villas and stuff right there. I can hear frogs. Oh, there you go, a little like pond thing right there. But we were out here with Cardo doing this, and I'm excited to try out the new Packtalk Pro. I've actually been running Cardo for 6 years now. Before I ever dealt with them and talked to them, the Freecom 1 was my first intercom. And it wasn't even an intercom, it was just for music for me. So I ended up getting the Freecom 2 or Freecom 4, I think it's called. And that ended up where Bombshell and I could talk while we were on the bikes and do Bluetooth communication. And then we ended up with the mesh network, and I don't remember, it's been a minute. But we ended up with the Packtalk bolts. Had Packtalk bolts for a while. The Edge is amazing. I love the Edge. And now the Pro and some of the things that they've done to it. We're going to find out tomorrow how well it is and just some different things. Then we're also going to have a party at the bike shed in LA tomorrow night. So it's gonna be a very busy day tomorrow. Holy cow. I was like, I did ask my wife to come. I did ask her to come, even though she wouldn't be on the ride. I think she's got stuff with her ear right now. But yeah, bathroom's all the way over here. What do we have here? What? Oh, we got robes and all kinds of goodies. Yes, sir. I'm really excited. So I'm gonna take a bath, and I will see you guys tomorrow out on the road. Let's go. All right, guys. So Cardo Communications had us out at the Moto Dofo in Temecula, and they hosted us here for dinner. They had us breakfast the next morning and lunch the next day from the original day. They put us up in a beautiful suite, as I showed you at the beginning of the video. They treated us really well, great people. I'm very, very humble and thankful to be a part of this. They had us out, they talked to us about new things with Cardo. The Cardo Packtalk Pro is their all new system, which comes out in July, and it's got a lot of new features. They took us out on group rides. We had multiple groups going, so we could use the new Packtalk Pro. Here the new, they brought back the 45mm speakers from JBL, which I've had. I absolutely love them, and I love them again with these. So they had us out on group rides. This is kind of a behind the scenes of whatever they were shooting. I don't know exactly what they're going to do with the content, but they had us go in groups. I've showed you guys before with Indian Motorcycle. They did similar things for our owner video that we made. But we go do these shots. We get to use the device. We were out there. We did like 100 miles or something that day. 60 one way, and then did some shooting, and then 60 back or something like that. I actually brought my own motorcycle. They did have loaners and some other stuff, but I live locally, so I was able to go down to Temecula, which is about a 50-mile drive for me, and hit some of these amazing roads with some really cool people that I got to meet. So what they went over with the Packtalk Pro, get to the meat and potatoes of the video. Like I said, the 45mm speakers are back. That's one that I'm a huge fan of. The new key feature that you guys will see is it has a crash detection. So silently watching over the rider when needed most. This is how. So we get these like press release emails, and that we go over all the information. And they have fun ways to word it and sell it and everything like that. Now, cutting to this, it has sensors, and they talked to us about how they did crash tests and stuff like that. And they even, tested them against phones and stuff like that, because phones are, there's like, especially iPhone, that has a thing to recognize crashing, but it doesn't necessarily detect motorcycle crashing. There's a complete difference to this, and Cardo has come in to do it. And they've had a bunch of riders, I think they've laid down over 500,000 miles or something like that with a big group of riders with using these, and a lot of good testing going into this new device. And I think that's really cool. The way it works, from what we were told, now let's say you have your Cardo Connect app open. Something happens on the road, it thinks you crashed. It has a way to know, like, okay, he was riding, so that way they can try to figure out, like, oh, did you just drop your helmet, or did you actually crash? Things like, he was riding, now he's not riding, he's not moving. It's got a whole system breakdown on being able to call your emergency contact and tell them you possibly were in an accident. But it also will tell you, the rider, like, hey, were you just in an accident? And it's your job to go, no. I was like, or if you don't, there's a very small window here before calling your emergency contact, and they're working to make this better every single day. And it uses the Cardo Cloud. It's not this crazy system that's watching you all the time. It's not something like it is and it isn't watching you all the time, if that makes sense. It's not like Cardo's sitting there like, what is John Doe doing today? It's not like that. One of the really cool features that I liked for this, because if you guys have seen the Edge, I've talked about the Edge before. It has a magnet mount where it just clicks onto your helmet, and it has these little pieces that hold it in. Very good. We are on the 2nd generation DMC. That's all upgraded stuff, making everything better. The mesh network, all that stuff really, really improves. All the waterproof, new Bluetooth 5.2, a lot of good stuff going on with this. But one of the other key features besides crash detection that's new is the auto on off feature. Now, the way they like it, we got to figure it out so you don't have to. Have you ever put your helmet down in the garage and then went inside and left it on all night? Yeah, I've done that too. Now, Cardo has it where after a minute that the helmet is not moving, it's not detecting anything, it will shut down. This will save your battery. You're at a gas station, put your helmet on your bike, run inside, run back out, pick up your helmet, you'll hear it turn on. It'll do its upload, and you're back in the game. It connects to your mesh so fast. If you're with a group, it's not going to change anything. And I've never had a problem with it connecting to my phone and groups that I'm already in. So these are really cool things. We got to see it out here, like right in the middle. Like, so this is a staging area for the shoot. So everybody's kind of getting off. Then they're going to go in groups and do the shots for the ride. But we've been using the device all day. That was like the big key of getting out there. So in this moment, you put the helmet down, get off the bike for a little bit, helmet shuts off. Pick it up, hear it like turn back on. You're putting it on your head and it's like do. You can hear it turn on. It's crazy. I really liked the feature. I've been using the Packtalk Pro still for the last couple weeks, and it's been absolutely great. There is a couple things, so it's not out yet. So they're still kind of beta testing a couple things and working on a couple bugs. Like I said, it comes out in July. So when the time you guys get this, all the kinks will be worked out. I've had my Packtalk Edge, and I have not had any issues with it. I've had the Packtalk Bold. I've had... Sorry, what the heck was that? My dogs. They love to do random things in the middle of the night while I'm editing videos. Now, talking about the Packtalk, so I've had Freecom, I've had Freecom 4,
and it's just crazy. Since I started riding, I've had a Cardo in my helmet. I'm a huge fan of it, being able to take calls and stuff like that in case of like emergency or different situations, and now having the crash detection system. So when I'm gonna go on long distance rides or even just to work, it's not that far to work, being able to have that quick call to my wife, I'm a huge fan of that. So there's just a number of things that make riders safer. Your gear, and this can honestly come down to one of your items. Even if you're not using it for music, you have it connected to the app, and you're just cruising down the road. Just having that safety net there. Who knows? If you're let's say you're by yourself and you're in just an area where you go down, that could be the difference. I don't like. I'm not saying nothing's perfect, but those little things that could help. I'm a huge fan. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about these new features. Have you been running Cardo? Like, I'm just curious, like, who's running Cardo, who's not running Cardo. I've had friends that have both Cena, Cardo, things like that, and Cardo has just been to me like like the winner for me. Like, I have not wanted to try anything else. I've thought about getting it for a couple friends, but all my other friends now have it. So, except for Warbeard, what are you doing with my other Packtalk Bolt? What are you doing, bro? I'm just messing. I'm a huge fan. Like I said, they had us out on the ride, and then we ended up going to Bike Shed in LA. If you haven't been to Bike Shed in LA and you're local, come on, man, go check it out. Really great place. They had a cool event, a lot of fun, cool people. Just overall, really good time. I'm super happy that I got to meet the people of Cardo. When you meet people in the business and they ride and they're out here riding with us, like PR people, all these different higher ups in Cardo are riding these roads with us, and they're absolutely having a blast. And not a bunch of them didn't even know Temecula was a thing. And that's truly crazy, just because Temecula has some amazing roads. There's so many good rides and routes down here and places to stop and to do the biker thing. One thing showing you guys right here in this video is Zach there telling me to slow down. We're keeping the pacing because now we're doing individual shots. So we're riding down. There's going to be a camera guy around one of the corners getting shots from the ride. And there's different press people from this ride, some really cool people I got to meet, not just from Cardo, but from other press. Dan, Gears and Gadgets was out. John's Moto Garage, I got to meet him finally. There's a couple magazine people, just super great people. I'm sorry if I'm missing some names right now, but got to add them on Instagram and follow their journeys, and it's really cool seeing these different people in the world of motorcycles and coming together for something like this and learning the new products, and it was just super cool for me. I'm still excited about it a couple weeks later that I got to do something like this, and it wasn't just some Indian motorcycle ambassador thing. It was different people and like different products, and I love it. I loved everything with motorcycles, so this was a lot of fun for me, and hopefully for you guys. I also do now have a code to give you guys for Cardo. So when you check out at Cardo, use BeardedBobber, get yourself 10% off. So hopefully that helps. I talk to people, I'm like, can I give something to my followers, please? Like, I really want to give something out to them, like, just a little discount. Something like that would be, I think, a lot of fun for everybody. There's also a new thing called the Riser app. Now, I'm actually right now on my phone going over to the Riser app. It's just called Riser, and it's a motorcycle app, and it's kind of like finding friends that are also using the app and finding places to ride together. There's challenges, and there's one right now for Cardo. They have a challenge. Let me see if I can click on it on my phone. And I'll put it's an app, so can I put it down in the description? I'll try. The Join the Cardo Packtalk Pro Challenge. win the all-new Packtalk Pro, ride 400 miles by June 17th. So if you ride 400 miles, you don't automatically win one. You get entered to win a Packtalk Pro. And then there's a couple other options to win, stuff like that. But it's really cool. And like I said, you get a chance to win a Packtalk Pro. And the Packtalk Pro is awesome. If you can't wait for a Packtalk Pro, you know, you have the Packtalk Edge. Cardo makes amazing products. You can't go wrong with it. But the extra features are coming to the new Pro. And it's all matte black, so it looks really cool. I like both of them. So a little bit more behind the scenes. We got back to the staging area right here. We're getting, you know, some of the smaller bikes gassed up and ready to head back to the Moto Dofo in Temecula. Now, this is the like fun part of like a little bit of a difference where you didn't have to be in a group. Some people rode different things. Some people knew where they were going. There's just all kinds of different things that happen behind the scenes on some of these. So that being said, sometimes you're in for a long day when you're doing these shoots. Like everybody's like, oh, that's so much fun. Like this was a great one. This was a lot of good writing. Sometimes you got to do shots multiple times. You got to be in hot areas. They try to make it as fun as possible. And I was so stoked to have my own bike there. I was so comfortable, and I have my bike set up the way I like it. But we head over to the Cardo party at the bike shed in LA, and they had all these Cardos from back in the day lined out when it was still Scala. Is that how do you say it? Scala Rider? It could be a lot, and you can see the differences as they come along, and then you can see the first Smart Pack 2016, which looks like our Packtalk Bold. So you have different ones right here, and I'm gonna get into where I started riding. Let's see. You have Duo. There it is. Freecom 1 and the Freecom 4. That's the first ones I ended up doing, and then I ended up switching to the Packtalk Bold, and then finally the Packtalk Edge and Packtalk Pro. So I'm super stoked with all of those. All right, guys, we had a great time. Thanks, Cardo, a bunch. Like I said, BeardedBobber at checkout at Cardo. Get yourself 10% off. Yeah. All right, guys, stay safe, stay classy.